Welcome back. You're watching McLaren Port Huron's Today's Health, and we're talking about the construction project currently underway. And in this segment, we're going to be talking with the Director of Facilities and Construction, Jack Belyea. Jack, you've been here many times. Welcome back.
Thank you, Barbara. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Well, can you give us a quick overview of the project?
We can. What we're going to do is on the illustration, if we look right now, the overview of the project when we began with the Carmanis Cancer Institute, and that I'm very happy to say today is complete. At the middle of July, we completed the Cancer Institute. Now what will occur next is we will begin construction on the 4-story South Tower. What that means is along here, the first thing the public's going to see, Barb, is the underground work or the foundation of the building. So mostly what we're going to see is construction fence.
Okay. So you're going to notice fences. Are you also going to be closing entrances?
We will be, Barb. If everyone's used to coming down Pine Grove, whether we're southbound or whether we're northbound, we come in off of Pine Grove at the light. Everyone's very used to coming down and coming in where the main entrance is today. The outline that we see is the construction fence at the South Tower project. What we've had to do is take our main entrance and move it over to our emergency entrance, which will now be referenced as the main emergency entrance.
And why did you have to do that? That seems like a big decision.
With the South Tower project, we have a tunnel that's coming under, and it's right outside of the main entrance where it will attach back into the hospital. So all of the underground work had to start right in this area right here and along the south of the Wismer building.
So how about the south entrance by Women's Wellness and the lab and Wismer? Is that closed as well?
That is closed. Everywhere within the boundaries of the construction fence and the south entrance fell within that boundary is closed.
So tell us again where the new entrance is.
Right over where the emergency entrance is, the canopy that states emergency across the top is the main emergency entrance for the hospital today.
So it's the main entrance and the emergency entrance. So does everybody go in that entrance?
They do, Barb. All of our traffic will be handled at the main emergency entrance.
How about discharge?
Okay, discharge has not changed. We have discharged our patients through the west exit, which is located right here off of Stone Street.
Yes.
And they will be directed when they're being discharged inside the hospital, and their family members and loved ones will come down and come back out and then drive around to the west exit.
So let's talk about your favorite subject, and
yes,
near and dear to everybody's heart, and that is, where will I park?
Where you will park is everything within the blue is visitor and patient parking. What the hospital has done at the beginning of this project, we have instituted free valet parking. And they will be dropped off and they will be right out here at the main emergency entrance, right as we come in the main.
So walk me through this. I'm driving my car and I turn in at the light the way I always did?
Yes.
That's accurate.
Correct.
Then where do I go?
You're gonna pull up straight just like you were heading to the old main entrance. What we have done is, in working in the flow pattern in the last year, you're gonna be forced to either go into valet parking, or the other big thing that the general public, and especially the emergency room patients, there is 2 lanes within this entrance that is through traffic or valet traffic and the emergency room traffic. You still will pull directly up to that door and let your loved one out.
Okay, so how about if I drive myself to the emergency center? Where
Okay.
do I go?
You can park right along as we see the blue within here or anywhere within this blue area here. All the parking spots that are out in front of the hospital are patient and visitor parking only.
So I have my choice, and okay, I'm coming in just for an outpatient visit.
Absolutely.
And I used to go park right outside that south door.
Yes, you did.
And so now I need to come around the other side of the hospital.
Correct. Which is within here.
Okay,
So
so
we're going to come off of Pine Grove, and we're going to take a left right into the main parking lot, or you still have the option to come into the right if there's open spots within here.
so you can use the valet, it is free,
It is free.
or you can park your own car if you're trying to get your Fitbit steps up and you
Correct.
have the
Correct.
time to do that. You can park your own car.
Absolutely.
You know, Jack, one of the things that I think people always worry about is security, both for their cars and themselves in the parking lot. Can you tell me a little bit about what you've done to help people feel secure?
We can, Barb. One of the things we looked at, insecurity is an issue. As we looked at it, we installed over 16 cameras within the parking lot area that are viewed by security within the hospital.
So they're actually under surveillance.
They're under surveillance 24/7, 7 days a week.
Do you have any closing comments or thoughts for the community as we go through this whole project?
I do, Barb. And it's easy to put up any kind of signs about excuse our mess during construction. We see them a lot in different businesses. We are a business that's open 24/7. 7 days a week, 24 hours. The front door will be open at all times. And you will be greeted within the hospital at the emergency main entrance.
So you bring up a good point, because we're kind of used to different doors in the hospital closing at different times. So that main emergency entrance will be open 24 hours a day.
Correct. 7 days a week.
But for the meantime, once we get in, you won't be changing where the services are provided.
Correct.
So if I am coming into Women's Wellness, once I get in the door, it's
Yes,
still
and
in
you
there.
will be greeted as you
Okay.
come in the door.
Well, I know we're going to hear lots more about that from our next guest. So, Jack, I hope, since this project is a couple years, that you will come on back and give us an update.
I'd be more than glad to, Barb, and thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Stay with us, and as I said, we'll be back with a lot more information on how your visit to McLaren Port Huron can be as easy as possible. But first, this message.